Hey babes, and welcome back to my channel. It's me, your girl Melissa Renee. I am here just for a quick little word, okay? This is my all-time favorite Bible story. Like, I love this story so much. It is the three Hebrew boys, okay? And after talking to so many different people already this year, I feel like a lot of people are in this position, right? So the three Hebrew boys, they were thrown into a fiery furnace, right, by King Nebuchadnezzar because they would not bow down to him and worship him. They said that they are only going to worship God, and even if even if he does not save them from this fire, they are still not going to bow down to King Nebuchadnezzar. They serve one God, one king, one, and that is Jesus Christ himself. That is the Lord, right? And so when he threw them in the fiery furnace. Anyways, he's like, okay, bet, because I'm king. So he threw them in there, and when he looked inside, he saw four men walking around, right? And so this is how God works, right? And so when he brought them out, he realized, wait a minute, these men are not burned up. They don't smell like smoke, like nothing has happened. They went in as if they never went in, right? They tied them up before they threw them inside of the fiery furnace. And when they came out, they were untied, like nothing was wrong with them, right? And in the season that God has a lot of people in, you're not going to be able to tell what's really going on until you're brought out, right? King Nebuchadnezzar looked in there and he thought he saw four men. He saw four men, right? But he didn't understand what had really gone on in that fire until he was brought out, right? So wherever you are at, whatever place you are in, wherever God has you right now, when he brings you out, you'll have a better understanding, right? Because a lot of times when we are going through things, we can't comprehend why does this happen. We don't understand why does this happen. We don't see the blessing at hand while we're going through what we're going through, right? It's hard to see sometimes what God is doing. It's kind of hard to understand where he's taking us and the mess that we're going through and the heartache that we're going through and the stress and the worry and the whatever it is that you are going through. It's hard to see the blessing of God on our lives while we're in it. But when he brings us out of that thing, not only are you going to be able to see it, but those around you are going to be able to see it as well. Those boys did not, they came out of that fire as if nothing had happened because the hand of God was on them. You may be going through something that is hard, that is tough, that you don't understand, but trust me, boo, God got your hand, God got his hand on you, okay? God got you. And we have to realize that, we have to understand it, and we have to just lean on him and trust in him and know that when it's time to bring us out of that fire, when it's time to release us, when it's time to go forward, or when it's time to really do what God called us to do, or when it's just time to really lean on him in these times, we just have to do it. Those boys went in that fire knowing that this could be the end, knowing that they could die in this fire, but they trusted God and they believed in God, and God rescued them. God is rescuing you. God is right there on your side. The three Hebrew boys that was walking around in a furnace came out to be four men walking around in that furnace, right? God is walking with you. God is holding your hand. God is marching around that fire with you. God is going through that fire with you. God is right there. He got your hand, boo. He got your hand. So I just want to encourage you to just lean on God, trust in God. And in these hard times, just know that God is working. When we don't understand it, when things just don't make sense, when it's just like, Lord, you said, and we're going through something, when we don't understand it, God got his hand on it. We have to believe that, and we have to know that, okay? A lot of things are just not making sense. But in the end, I promise you that they will. Things will begin to add up. You'll be like, oh, Lord, that's why I had to go through this. I understand it now. I get it. But in the time of going through those things, it's hard to grasp the concepts of what God is actually doing. I know we wish that God would just come down and be like, you're going to go through this, you're going to go through that, but just lean on me and trust me. How easy would that be, right? Like, okay, God already told me this is going to happen. He got me. He's not going to do that though. He needs us to trust him and to lean on him no matter what we are going through, because he's not going to tell you, boo, you're about to go through this. He's not going to warn you. He needs you to trust. He needs us to trust him no matter what it is, like the 3 Hebrew boys did. Do you understand? Like, I didn't want this to go here, but this is where God led me. I literally want to talk about the story, but this is the route that God took me on. So be encouraged. Know that God got you. Know that you are going to come out of this fire not smelling like smoke, not being tied up. You're going to look as if you never went through this fire when you come out of it, okay? You have to believe that. You have to know that. Lean on God, trust in him, read his word, stay close to God, and I promise you, there is going to be beautiful things there's going to be beautiful outcomes when you come out of this fire, okay? Trust it, believe it. I hope you guys have a beautiful Saturday. I will see you guys next time. Bye, babes.